Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Our heroes today are going to be Ir0nRoman, playing for the Soviets. And his opponent is going to be NikCoH, as in Company of Heroes apparently, but we're just going to call him Nico, and he is going to be playing for the Germans. Well, looks like I didn't fix that, so he's gonna be pink. Although I guess we can quickly correct that. Give me just 1 second. And let's just get that out of the way. Sorry about that, guys. That is show player color off. And we go accept and resume and play. And there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, he's now back in red, so we should be good. So interestingly enough, we see that Nico is cutting, barbed wiring this approach with his pioneers. Not a bad choice. I mean, this is going to force the infantry, if they try to go through this approach, to get this cut off, which is very easily harassable. They're not going to be able to. And actually, Nico is completely wiring it off. I assumed he was just going to leave this open, just to make it a little bit less accessible. But no, he's actually going to cut it off completely. That's also going to hinder him in a sense, but he can, retreat infantry and send them through this side. So not a completely bad choice. So we shall see how this works out for Nico. He has sacrificed map capturing the map, that is, by doing so. So let's see if that doesn't affect him that much. Anyways, we see that Nico got himself a second Pioneer squad and built his tier 1 with the second Pioneer, because he sent out his first Pioneer squad immediately to barbed wire these sections. And he's getting himself a Grand squad from that tier 1, which is currently getting engaged by a conscript, and getting a MG as his second tier 1 unit. As far as Ir0nRoman goes, Ir0nRoman didn't get any tech. He is just getting conscripts like you would expect from the Soviets. And he has also already selected his doctrine, so it looks like he already has a build order or strategy in mind. He has himself the Guards Rifle Combined Arm Tactics. We shall see what he goes from there. Conscripts getting beaten up quite heavily by the Grants and the Pioneer squad that came up for the flank. Pioneer has been brought down to very low health, down to 2 men, but conscripts down to 2 men are forced on the retreat. Ir0nRoman did get himself Molotovs and tosses one onto the Grand squad, but the Grand squad just manages to simply walk away with not a lot of damage taken by that Molotov. Second conscript squad moving over to the right-hand side by Ir0nRoman is going to engage those Grants. Another Molotov lands right on top of them. A lot of damage going down by that Molotov. Still at 4 men, but about half health now. Conscripts down to 5 men themselves. They do force away those Pioneers at 2 men. They don't actually take any more damage. And the conscripts are at 5 men themselves. They do move close range to those Grants. And we have a second Pioneer squad following up to support this Grand squad. Grand squad is still at 4 men, now at Veterancy 1. And the Pioneers are going to do a lot of damage to those conscripts at close range. And away goes the conscript. So that Grand squad has actually performed quite nicely. Down to 2 men on the retreat on those conscripts. So heavy losses there for Ir0nRoman in the early engagement. So it's going to take a little bit to recover from that. Left-hand side, we see the combat engineers just sitting there. It looks like they might want to get a hazard removal package. I don't know. They're just sitting there apparently. Conscripts in the center are running into that MG42. MG42 was set up in the wrong angle, so it has to pack up and move away. There is no unit nearby. Well, there is a Grand squad a little bit to the south that could support it, but it is currently busy capping that point and fighting against another conscript squad to be able to help that MG42. MG42 is simply going to run into the house to try to get a superior position, but these conscripts are probably going to throw a Molotov right on top of it. They do approach the house, and there goes the Molotov. It's going to force that MG42 to pack up and get out of the house probably. Grand squad engaging those conscripts down south. The MG42 does jump out of the house and is actually dodging a second Molotov very nicely there. It's probably going to set up back here, although that is a horrible angle. Not exactly sure what that MG42 was thinking, but there it goes. It's now going to set up and turn around. Pioneers trying to hold off those conscripts. Conscripts are taking some damage by those Pioneers. Grand squads on either side of the conscripts. They're in a little bit of a tough spot. MG42 does set up and open up on the conscripts, taking a lot of damage there. Down goes 1 man and forces the retreat on the conscript squads. So far, Nico has actually done quite a superb job at holding to his side of the map. He actually has the entire map even in the face of the never-ending conscripts for Ir0nRoman. Ir0nRoman now at 5 conscript squads, while we see that Nico is getting himself his 4th Grand Squad with, of course, that MG42 plus 2 Pioneers, which he has used quite effectively to support his Grenadiers, bringing them up close while the Grens are engaging the conscripts, doing a lot of damage, actually. We can see that one Pioneer already has 3 kills, while the second one, I don't know where he is. I think he's back base, no? Oh, he lost one. Oh, okay. Well, that is quite sad, unfortunately, for Nico, but I mean, he has been using them quite effectively. Anyways, conscript squads pushing up forward. We do see an LMG research on one of the Gren squads, opening up on the first conscript squad, doing a lot of damage. Conscript squad down to 2 men, forced off the retreat, and it's going to take a little bit of a burst on the retreat, but Gren squad refocuses on the second conscript squad. Conscript squad now down to 2 men, down to probably down to 1 on the retreat. No, makes it alive. Lucky squads there, so Ir0nRoman taking quite a beating right now. We see the Pioneers moving up to decap that point, so he is going to be cut off from the left-hand side of the map. Up north, we still see conscripts just capturing territory, but unable to, you know, walk over that barbed wire to be able to cut off the approach for. So very nice for Nico. He has actually done quite a superb job there. Ir0nRoman is getting himself tier 1. We shall see if he's getting something from tier 1 or simply using it as a stepping stone. He does have enough fuel to build some other tiers, but not enough to get something from them, I think. Conscripts pushing up to the barbed wire do throw a Molotov on 2 Gren squads that were on the fence there shooting at them. Grens just simply dodge that before it even lands and are just fine there. MG42 essentially putting up a pin in front of Ir0nRoman's base. Ir0nRoman pushing out with 3 conscript squads. The MG42 does have a nice angle and will be shooting at this conscript squad, while the other 2 are going on the left-hand side for maybe a potential flank. They don't have anything to follow up there, but conscript squad actually gets taken out completely, and it looks like another squad got taken out. Ow, that's a lot of losses for Ir0nRoman. This squad is down to 2 men on the retreat, but it looks like they are going to make it out alive. So Ir0nRoman is now down to 3 squads of conscripts, while Nico has a fairly big advantage here. Nico does loot. Oh my god. Well, 1 Gren squad does end up getting taken out for Nico, but Ir0nRoman loses another conscript squad to a nasty rifle nade. And down to 2 men on that conscript squad. Molotov landing right on top of that Gren squad. He does hit retreat and manages to make it out alive with 1 man. Pioneers do end up retreating as well for some reason. Probably going to go build some tech, I would assume. And yeah, nasty losses there for Ir0nRoman. He does send a combat engineer on the left-hand side to capture territory. It looks like he actually did get the removal package there, so he could cut this wire eventually, but he's on the wrong side of the map to do so. Conscript squad pushing forward, trying to dislodge that Gren squad on the cutoff point that is currently, well, cutting off the entire left-hand side for Ir0nRoman. Hit the dirt being used quite effectively. PPSH is getting equipped just on time, and they do a little bit of damage to those Grens. Forcing them away, they are going to decap that munitions point, but the conscripts will be able to recapture that cutoff. No, they actually decide to push on forward. Probably going to throw Molotov on top of those those Grens. Grens do get themselves an LMG, doing a lot of damage to the conscripts. The conscripts hit the dirt right in front of them, but even with that light cover provided by hit the dirt, they are going to take a lot of damage. Molotov landing right on top of the Grens. Grens down to 1 man, conscripts down to 2, and with a second conscript squad to follow up, Nico decides to just simply retreat. Tech-wise, we see Nico going for tier 3, so skipping tier 2 altogether. Ir0nRoman has not gotten himself any additional tech. He's getting replacement conscript squads, now up to 4 conscripts again, after losing a lot of them. Right-hand side, MG42 capturing the strategic point. Engineers taking some bursts from the MG42 on the retreat, but they get out of its range. The the extra men on the MG42 actually kill one of those engineers on the retreat, so it's quite nice there. And the Grens are capturing the fuel. So we see the conscript squad pushing forward, Ir0nRoman trying to regain his momentum and start capturing territory. Unfortunately for Nico, though, he did manage to do a nice pin here, but he didn't take the advantage of capturing the left-hand side territory. So Ir0nRoman was really only needing to capture this cutoff point, and he now again has the entire left-hand side in his possession, and well, has that income to supplement him. MG42 over here, opening up on the conscripts that are pushing forward. Conscripts do manage to get out of its range and hit the dirt, getting that light cover plus the unsuppressive or the ability to get unsuppressed. So, or okay, what I'm trying to say is they become immune to suppression. I don't know. I was fumbling my words there, but anyways. Conscripts pushing forward onto the Grens here on the fuel. The Grens are going to take a lot of damage to those conscripts up close. Conscripts hitting the dirt right in front of them, which they're still going to take some damage, but they gain that defensive bonus, so the Grens are having to push away. LMG Grens behind them. They might want to throw a rifle nade. They do throw a rifle nade. Do the conscripts move? They do move right on time, and only one man falls down, and they force the retreat. But again, Ir0nRoman is pushing into NikCoH's territory, and NikCoH is now losing all the territory because he didn't take the the opportunity to capture the left-hand side. It would have forced Ir0nRoman to have to recapture his side of the territory first. So now we see that Ir0nRoman has a major advantage as far as territory goes. Still, NikCoH did have the advantage as far as fuel essentially goes for a long while, and has now started producing a Panzer IV. Flak Panzer would also not be a bad choice in this situation, considering the amount of conscripts on the field. Can do a lot of damage to them quite quickly and actually get some kills even on the chase. But the Panzer IV is a good all-around tank and will still be quite... Okay, sorry about that, guys. My computer crashed a little bit there. So, had to reset this, but it should be fine. And what I was saying is that the Panzer IV is a good all-around tank, so it's still going to have a decent shock factor on the field, and currently Ir0nRoman doesn't really have anything on the field to counter it. Obviously, Ir0nRoman is getting himself his tier 4, so he will be able to get Su-85s and counter that Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV still has a decent amount of time to be, well, quite effective on the field. So, engagement in the center, we see the conscripts just getting pushed away. We had grenadiers with LMGs, more grenadiers coming, so still a lot of forces on the field for NikCoH. He has basically a 1-to-1 ratio on those conscripts plus an MG, and now a Panzer IV. So he is pushing back into the map, as we can see, and recapturing territory, especially now territory on the left-hand side. Panzer IV hitting the field, going over to the right-hand side. It is going to engage those conscripts. Conscripts retreating instantly in the face of that Panzer IV. One of those conscripts getting shot down by the MG on that Panzer, and they make it alive at 3 man. So the Su-85 is not getting produced just yet. It doesn't look like he has the manpower, so Ir0nRoman is still going to have to tough it out for a little while. He is laying down mines to try to catch that Panzer IV, so not bad, not bad. The Panzer IV is going to spot these engineers. They do move. Yeah, that's one of the dangers. Always make sure to queue up at least a standard move order to your engineers, or like that, another mine to be produced. Because sometimes you build a mine and you leave the engineers there, and a shot goes in by a tank and blows up the mine, killing the engineers instantly. So, one thing to keep in mind. Conscripts over here in the north, capturing territory, getting harassed by that Panzer IV. They move out of the range of the Panzer IV, and the Panzer IV is going to move on forward. We do have... No, actually, we don't even have anti-tank nades for Ir0nRoman, so he has really no way or nothing to deal with the Panzer IV. Su-85 now getting produced. If he holds off on the manpower a little bit, he should be able to also get anti-tank nades, but I suppose they're not useful right now until the Su-85 hits the field. And there goes the conscripts. Right-hand side pretty much in full control by NikCoH. NikCoH is not moving his infantry a lot. Well, they are moving a little bit forward. And he has some Grens in the center just capturing territory, supported by that Panzer IV. Full route off of the field for Ir0nRoman. He doesn't, again, have any way of dealing with it. The Su-85 is about to hit the field, so he will have an answer to it. And the Panzer IV is in a bad position. Oh, no, he's going for the mine. Oh, he does stop and backs up. Oh, Panzer IV was about to run into that mine. He could also run into this mine if he decides to go through the center. We see a reconnaissance overflight. We see that NikCoH got himself a spearhead doctrine. That's going to give his Panzer IV that smokes, which is going to be quite useful. Su-85 now hitting the field for Ir0nRoman. He's going to take a shot at that Panzer IV probably right away. There it goes. Shot goes into the Panzer IV. Panzer IV actually skates without any damage, so the Su-85 misses. Panzer IV backing off. The Grens are right there to intercept. The Grens could actually throw a Panzerfaust, but the Su-85 refocuses on them and takes a nice shot at them. Second nice shot, actually. Very nice. Su-85 has actually got 2 infantry kills so far. You don't see that every day. And the Grens are forced off of the field. Panzer IV is also going to get off of the field, and unfortunately for NikCoH, it's going to break that wire and open up that approach. allowing him to get cut off if possible. But, well, we'll see if that comes into play later on. Grand Squad's pushing forward. The Su-85 isn't really that great against infantry, although it has proven to be quite effective right now with those 2 kills. More shots going down by the Su-85, but only doing a little bit of damage, not actually getting any kills. Molotov landing right on top of the Grens. The Grens do end up retreating. The Panzer IV is apparently going to go forward to harass these conscripts, but the Su-85 is refocusing on the Panzer IV. No, it's actually shooting at those Grens, and the Su-85 is now up to 4 kills, so nice. Not bad for an Su-85. But the Grens are just capturing territory. Conscripts over here, left-hand side, we have a Pioneer Squad with Flamethrower getting pushed away by the conscripts. And these Grens are not giving much shits about the Su-85 shooting at them. Wow, down goes 2. Very nice shot there by the Su-85. So, wow, this Su-85 is already up to 6 kills and has been in the map, what, like about a minute? You don't really see Su-85 performing that well against infantry. Center of the map, Panzer IV taking some shots at the conscripts. The conscripts now have anti-tank nades, so they're trying to rush to get one. But the Panzer IV is just simply kiting them, putting its frontal armor against them, so it's able to shoot with both the hull gun and the turret gun. 18-8 going on top of the Panzer IV, but it gets deflected by the frontal armor and no crit on the engine. Su-85 for Ir0nRoman pushing forward, might be trying to get a kill on that Panzer IV and could potentially get some shots off, but the Panzer IV turns around, exposing its rear armor, unfortunately, but it is off range of the Su-85. Su-85 pushes forward, but is going to hold its ground for now. Sniper now on the field for NikCoH. Interesting choice. There is tier 1 for Ir0nRoman, so he could build his own counter if he needs to. Sniper is taking some shots at those conscripts in the center. Down to 2 men on the retreat. And now Ir0nRoman is aware that there is a sniper on the field, so he is getting himself his own sniper. Very nice. Didn't actually see if he got it before that, but yeah, not a bad choice. Again, snipers will perform rather well. Su-85 can make sure that no vehicles try to hunt it down, and yeah, those 2 men will allow them to get the counter snipe potentially easy. Obviously, the German sniper could outskill them and get the kill, but we'll see. Panzer IV is over on the left-hand side, defending the territory, forcing away a conscript squad, and the Su-85 is back at Ir0nRoman's front of its base, so not able to do much. Sniper for the Germans, for NikCoH, is still taking some shots. We now see a second Panzer IV on the field, so NikCoH could potentially get a kill on that Su-85 quite easily. Su-85 for some reason is aiming backwards. Getting a little bit caught there in that ledge. And we now see the sniper for Ir0nRoman. Is he actually going to go straight for the counter snipe? He could potentially do that. All he needs to do is send some conscripts out there to get shot, notice where the sniper is, and counter it. He also needs to... No. Oh, well. He's not going to be able to get the counter snipe as a surprise. We do see the sniper taking a shot at those Grens. Conscripts pushing forward. The sniper for the German is exposed out there in the open. But the sniper for Ir0nRoman is not anywhere near range. Panzer IV pushing forward to support his Grens. Grens are down to 2 men. And the sniper for the Germans is also opening up on those conscripts, bringing him down to 2 men, forcing him off of the field. Second conscript squad at 5 men, getting also shot by that. Ooh, snipers for Ir0nRoman getting shot by the Panzer IVs. They go down. Quite unfortunate there for Ir0nRoman. Not exactly sure what he was trying to do there. And the Panzer IVs do take a shot, or some shots, by the Su-85. He does end up popping smoke, backing away. And again, NikCoH has the advantage on the field. 1-on-1 ratio for Grens against conscripts, plus a sniper now, and 2 Panzer IVs. So yeah, Ir0nRoman is in a little bit of a difficult position. Victory point wise, it's in the favor of NikCoH. That is 3-3-3 for Ir0nRoman and 4-6-1 for NikCoH. But well, it's not in any desperate position. It's a 2-to-1 cap ratio, so it's only 1 tick per, 1 point per tick, that is. So there's really not much to worry about at this point just yet. Left-hand side, Grens just recapturing territory, trying to get there. Center of the map, we see the conscripts trying to capture that victory point. Grens squad's trying to defend. The sniper is over here on the right-hand side, helping out this MG42. MG42 does catch those conscripts out in the open, getting them pinned down, although they do hit the dirt before getting suppressed, so they manage to avoid that suppression. Sniper does open up on them and force them off of the field. Center victory point does get captured by Ir0nRoman. The LMGs on the Grens doing a lot of damage, plus the sniper follow-up. They are going to retreat, but not after capturing the point. And again, the tick is now in the favor of Ir0nRoman. So yeah, I mean, relatively even. It's still in the favor of Nico for more than 100 points, but you know, it can quickly turn at any point. Second Su-85 now in the field for Ir0nRoman, so now he has the potential of making a push with those Su-85s and killing those Panzer IVs. Two Su-85s can very quickly kill an Su-85. And if he gets some guards, which he doesn't have, but you know, if you get some guards, you also have the option of buttoning down one of the Panzer IVs and quickly finishing it off with Su-85s. But we shall see. Panzer IVs going to the left-hand side to support the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are getting harassed by two conscript squads. Conscript squads hitting the dirt. A lot of hit the dirt being used by Ir0nRoman. Remember, that only gives you light cover, but you know, it is cover where you otherwise wouldn't have any. And Molotov landing on top of the Grens and Panzer Grenadiers that now Nico has. Those Panzer Grenadiers are going to be good against those PPSHs, you could say. And with the bundle nades going down on top of hitting the dirt squads, you know, that could do a lot of damage. 18-8 going down on top of one of the Panzer IVs, getting that crit on the engine. And here comes the Su-85s for Ir0nRoman. There are two of them. Panzer IVs going off on one of the Su-85s, going to get the crit on the engine. It does get the crit on the engine, so he's not going to be able to chase the Panzer IVs. Conscripts getting forced off of the field at 2 men. Sniper taking some shots at those conscripts on the retreat, but they do mess themselves behind the building and make it out alive. Panzer IV just backing off with its damaged engine. It's probably going to get repaired by these Pioneers, and the Su-85s are not going to be able to catch it until they get themselves repaired as well. And the combat engineers for Ir0nRoman are now going to do that. Center victory point getting recaptured by Nico, so the point taking is in his favor again. And the the right-hand side is just simply defended by a lone MG42. More Grens pushing into the field. Medic bunker is in place for Nico, so he's able to bring them out at full strength. And the other Panzer IV is just simply moving around, knocking down the barbed wire that those Pioneers struggled so much to build in the early game, but tanks care not for those trifles. Pioneers with flamethrower getting engaged by two conscript squads. A very nice shot there by the Panzer IV. Gets a lot of kills on this conscript squad. That's actually 4 men down in one shot. They were clumped up together, and they are forced on the retreat. Su-85 taking some shots at those Pioneers. Panzer IV taking some shots at the conscripts. Again, a lot of losses on those conscripts. 3 men already lost to the Panzer IV. 2 more men go down to 1 man. Can he actually keep it alive? He is going to retreat. No, he's moving them. Retreat, retreat. Get him out of there. And down goes one of conscript squad. Quite unfortunate loss there for Ir0nRoman. And here comes the Panzer IVs. There is 2 Su-85s set up in a nice position. Another Su-85 does get another Faust, getting its engine damage once again. Also getting some health damage. It's about 20% damage, but the Panzer IVs are apparently not wanting to push forward. We see the Grens retreating at the face of the Su-85s. And I think that is a little bit of a missed opportunity by Nico. He could have very well killed with both Panzer IVs, that at least one Su-85, and potentially gotten another one, but I guess he didn't want to risk it. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward, getting mortared. No, hitting mines actually, it looks like. Yeah. Hitting some mines here, getting kill on one of those. And the combat engineers are moving back. Not exactly sure what they're trying to do. Oh, they're going to build an artillery gun. Oh, nice. So Ir0nRoman is going for the howitzer. Very nice to see the howitzer. We have seen it used in this doctrine in a couple games. Doesn't get used a lot, but you know, it's there, and a lot of people use this doctrine essentially for the first 3 abilities. So you know, it's there, so it's not a bad thing to use. We'll see if it turns the battle in his favor. So far it's still quite difficult for Ir0nRoman. He is down to 271, almost down to the halfway point of the victory points. And we have Grens trying to capture territory over on the left-hand side. We have Su-85s opening up on them, but they are Vet 2, so they get that armor bonus. Plus the Su-85s are pretty crappy at hitting infantry, so they're going to stay there a while. We do see conscripts pushing up forward right on top of them. LMG getting 2 kills on the conscripts before they even close the distance. They do hit the dirt right in front of them, but both of them have yellow cover. But with a Molotov landing right on top of the Grens, they are actually going to lose that fight, and they end up getting retreat. making it out alive. Right-hand side, Grenadiers recapturing territory, so we see that the MG42 didn't manage to hold position and actually ended up getting... wait. There you are. So MG42 actually ended up getting stolen by Ir0nRoman at one point. We missed that, so a little bit of a loss there for Nico, but the MG42 is now getting retreated. Panzergrens with Panzerschrecks now going for the munitions point. The Su-85s will take some shots at them, but the Panzerschrecks could move up a little bit and try to take shots at the Su-85s themselves. Engineers for Ir0nRoman now getting some repairs going on this damaged Su-85. A nice volley there by the Panzerschrecks brings the Su-85 to about half health. Conscripts now pushing force against those Panzer Grenadiers are going to try to kill them off. Panzer Grenadiers take another volley at that Su-85, very low health, but the Panzer Grenadiers themselves get cleared out completely, and they end up dropping one of their not Su-85s, one of their Panzerschrecks. So Ir0nRoman is probably going to pick that up, and there we go. He does have a two Vet 3 squads, very nice. So a Vet 3 conscript squad with a Panzerschreck. That is going to be quite brutal against Nico. Yeah, they do get the increased accuracy at Vet 2 though, so I suppose it doesn't really affect it that it's Vet 3. But at Vet 3 they can get increased durability, a lot of durability, so you know they'll be able to stay there in the pocket and you know, shoot. We do see a Tiger on the field now for Nico, so that could, you know, spell doom for Ir0nRoman. However, Nico has shown himself to be quite passive, unfortunately. He has two Panzer IVs and a Tiger, and he has just dealt a lot of damage to this Su-85. If he had pushed on with all three tanks, he could have wiped out the Su-85 force for Ir0nRoman. That could have actually almost been game, but we shall see if this comes back to bite him in the ass. Panzerschreck on those conscripts does take a shot at that Tiger, doing a little bit of damage, maybe 5% damage, I guess you could say. MG42, or well, stolen MG42, getting shot at by all the tanks. Down to 3 men. Su-85 sets up in a nice position, taking a shot at that Panzer IV through the hedge. And here comes the Grents. The Panzer IVs are going to back off. Again, too much passivity. I don't agree with this decision by Nico. I mean, it looks like he's trying to, I don't know, wait to be able to build up a massive force of tanks or something, but he's only allowing Ir0nRoman to get more tanks, and now he has 3 Su-85s in his possession, which can almost one-shot a Panzer IV. I mean, not entirely, but if all 3 shoot at the same time and hit it, that is an almost dead Panzer IV, if I'm not mistaken. So, Ir0nRoman still hanging in there. Nico allowing him to stay in the game. Conscripts going over to the right-hand side again to capture. There's nothing there to stop them. And this Su-85 is set up in a very weird angle. We see a artillery barrage straight into the enemy base. It looks like it's actually going to take out the bunker. Yeah, down goes the bunker. And Tier 2 could also potentially going to go down. And this shot is flying a little bit wide to the left. And this one looks on target. Looks on target. And that one goes Tier 2. So very nice barrage there. Su-85 just holding ground. Su-85 taking some shots at this Tiger. Tiger has taken about 10% damage in total. Panzer IV taking a lot of damage, down to a sliver of health on this Panzer IV. Second Panzer IV still holding ground against the conscripts. These conscripts have the Panzerschreck, so they're doing a lot of damage to these Panzer IVs. And the Tiger is pushing forward on its own, not supported by the Panzer. It hits a mine, gets a damaged engine, and getting shot at 3 Su-85s at the time. This Tiger is going to go down quite fast. And it's not getting supported by the Panzers. Out of control Tiger. And down goes the Tiger to that volley. Yeah. I think Nico is just letting this game slip out of his hands. Those Su-85s are going to turn the tide in Ir0nRoman's favor, and yeah. Su-85 still taking some shots. Ooh, very nice barrage there by the Sturmovik. Clears out an entire, what was it, Grenadier Panzer Grenadier? Looked like it was a Gren squad, and we have actually lost a lot of Grens. Looks like to the artillery squad. Yeah, the Panzer Grens are over here. They do force out the conscripts, but there is now no infantry on the field for NikCoH. He suffered a lot of losses, probably around here in the center. Actually lost that, or maybe it was to the artillery. Might have actually been to the artillery. Let's actually check. Artillery.
You need something.
4 infantry kills in 2 buildings, so no, I don't think it was that. I think it was just in the engagement in the center. And he lost his Tiger. Stolen MG42, gotten 1 kill. These guys getting a lot of kills themselves. And the conscripts pushing into the center. More artillery barrages landing right on top of where the Panzer IV is. Ooh, very nice shot there. And it destroys the engine. Can one more shot land right there? No, looks like we're not going to find out. Looks like NikCoH actually threw in the towel. So, yeah, I got to say that that was a little bit of a slip there from NikCoH. He didn't take the advantage of the armor that he had. He was too passive and didn't want to take the risk of losing armor against the Su-85s. And I understand it at the beginning, you know, when there was 1 and then he had 2, but I disagree where he was at the point where he had done that much damage to the Su-85 and lost the Panzerschreck. He could have gone in with his Tigers and Su-85s at the same time, killed one Su-85 quite quickly, and very easily circled the other one. I gotta say, though, very nice mileage of his own area for Ir0nRoman. That actually got him a nice kill on the Tiger. So very nice there. But yeah, I think this was NikCoH's game, and he just let it slip out of his hand and allowed Ir0nRoman to just simply come back into it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, I will put the email in the description, and you can send them there. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.